What's the difference between self-love and narcissism? This was a recent question that I received from someone asking, how do I know the difference? Well, here's something to start us off with. What does it mean to truly love ourselves? Well, to love ourselves, it means to look at ourselves fully and to really accept all that which we are. When someone is a narcissist, they have an inflated sense of self and there's no acceptance of the fullness that they are. They only see the sides of them that look good to them. They negate the sides of them that don't look good to them. Now, in some cases, when it comes to success in life, it is necessary to look at the good things that work in us and to make those, to really count our blessings, so to speak, but to also see the positive qualities that we have. Way too many people don't necessarily look at themselves in a way where they count the positive things that they have. So sometimes this line can be blurred. But one difference with a narcissist is the narcissist isn't truly so loving of themselves, too loving of themselves. The narcissist truly loathes themselves, but as long as they get attention and approval from others, then it's okay. As long as they appear a certain way, and this appearance is approved by others en masse, then that's okay. So to truly love oneself is to truly accept oneself, to be able to laugh at yourself, but to also know what your good qualities are and the things that you're not great at. And I don't mean this just in terms of action or human qualities, as in, okay, you're good at cooking, but you're terrible at cleaning. I mean this also in a spiritual sense, where you know that you want to feel closely and you want to feel compassion, but sometimes you accept that you do not necessarily feel this compassion because you are more caught up in your own personal drama. It's these small distinctions that begin to help us build true self-love and true self-understanding, and that allows us, when we have true self-understanding, self-awareness, and self-love, then we are less likely to project onto others. We're less likely to want to drag others into our personal dramas. We are more likely to extend this self-love to others. A narcissist, because they do not truly feel self-love, so much of their life is embroiled in drama, their relationships are extremely up and down, or they have a hard time bonding truthfully with others unless others play into this admiration game with them. So if you find yourself wondering what the difference is, the core of loving yourself comes from feeling worthy, right? Truly feeling worthy. So if you feel worthy of life, despite your imperfections, you begin to truly take care of yourself. But if you truly hate yourself, and if you truly only love this idea of loving yourself, which is really the most corrupted word in the world, in our universe right now, this earthly universe, but if you truly, 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 truly care for yourself, you will take care of yourself. But if you only accept yourself when things are perfect, when you're popular, when you're accepted a certain way, then that's not really love. That's bordering on narcissism. But the most important thing I want you to take away from this video is that it is very easy to be a narcissistic person, especially if we haven't been raised in a way where we were cared for and loved for in a very unconditional way, which is most people. And while you might blame social media for narcissism, social media is simply a mirror of a behavior that has been part of humanity for a long time. When we do not live with certain values, when we do not embrace a certain spiritual path, when we live devoid of any kind of spiritual practice, and we become so obsessed with the outer world and how we're perceived and what others think of us, even though we might mean well, it's very easy to fall into narcissistic behavior. And now that narcissistic behavior is flashed in front of most people, it is also even more tempting. But remember that you're not just here to be approved of by others. You're here to truly experience the fullness of life. And if you're not finding yourself experiencing joy even in the smallest moments, then it's important to examine that and to really become aware of how you, in your quest for approval, in your quest for being accepted by others, in your quest of presenting yourself a certain way, might be cutting yourself off from experiencing true self-care and self-worth. Have you had this experience in your life? You've wondered, are you narcissistic or are you self-loving? Are the people around you narcissistic or self-loving? It's very easy to look at others out there. There's too many forums filled with people saying, well, my narcissistic boss, my narcissistic date, my narcissistic husband, girlfriend, boyfriend. It's very easy to point fingers at others, but the only reason why we might be drawing narcissistic people into us is because we have narcissism active in us. So the first thing to become aware of is your true self. Who you are, how you perceive yourself, how you perceive yourself in relation to others. How do you connect with others? Is it a true connection? Or is it your desire to get approval from them or to try to embroil them in your personal drama? So begin at looking at your own self-worth. Begin by paying attention to your heart and seeing if you're living from a truly open heart or if you're living from your ego, from your mind constantly trying to convince you to stay trapped in a physical illusion, an emotional reactiveness. Are you allowing yourself to feel the goodness that is inherently yours? And the more that you feel that, the more you can share it with others.